Hey guys, what is up and what is happening? Welcome back to America's Kitchen Table. So, had to go to the big city today, and I figured if I was going to be forced to see all the sights and sounds of Babylon, that I might as well go ahead and take advantage of that and get a quick haircut and trim on the beard. And so that's what I did this afternoon. And while I was getting that done, I got to thinking about a couple of different headlines and a couple of different events that are going on in the world. Now, we all know the phrase, all roads lead to Rome. But what exactly does that mean? Well, Rome was literally the cultural epicenter of the known world during the Roman Empire. Literally, the way they had their highway system laid out, all roads did lead to Rome. And Caesar Augustus actually built a monument there in the center of Rome to where all known points of the Roman Empire was measured from that spot. Now, in modern days, a lot of people are going to say that the phrase all roads lead to Rome takes on a different meaning that if you just get on the path and you keep going the same direction, that success is inevitable, that Rome is your destination, and if you just stay on the path, that all roads do lead to Rome as long as you keep moving forward. So I got to thinking about that in terms of this coronavirus that we're seeing. Lots of new cases in the Middle East and the old Persian countries like Iran, Iraq now, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and even Israel. So it makes me wonder, the EU has had a mass immigration from the Middle East, much like us here in America has had a mass immigration from Mexico and Central American countries. Well, with these new cases going on in the Middle East, it really makes you wonder why the president of Turkey, President Erdogan, totally opened up the floodgates and opened up Turkey's borders to all the Syrian refugees. Now, I don't think, for one, that these Syrian refugees are going to stay inside the borders of Turkey. Many of them were even quoted in a headline that I saw, the EU is much nicer, so that's where we're going. But the EU is trying to combat that, even telling President Erdogan that they would give him billions and billions of dollars to keep the refugees there in Turkey and give them support, the medical care and food and just general need that they have. And President Erdogan said, sorry, EU, you might as well go ahead and expect 2, 3, even 4 million new refugees running rampant across the EU. It's real interesting because Turkey is in a interesting geological position. They're just south of the old Western Bloc countries of the Soviet Union, and they share a border with Greece. And all of that is just a hop, skip, and the jump to the cultural epicenters of the EU, that is Paris, Germany, and even Milan there in northern Italy, which we all know northern Italy is a super hot spot of the coronavirus. But I'm sure by opening up his borders to these Syrian refugees that President Erdogan doesn't have any ill intent. I'm sure nothing bad is going to come from this, and all the pandemic scare is just scare, and none of this will help spread this global pandemic. Or maybe, just maybe, all roads really do lead to Rome They just run through Turkey first. Guys, I hope this has provided a different insight to you from what you're hearing on the news. And I hope this has inspired and educated and encouraged you to take action in your life, no matter what that action may be. I want to thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time right here on America's Kitchen Table.